So Netflix is in big trouble. So of course we see all the jokes about Netflix. I think especially on the right about Netflix as well. But even on the left, it's like, come on, this is getting old after a while. Okay, Netflix. Okay, like I get it. They really want to have more underrepresented characters in movies and media, but Netflix is just going too far. For example, you have all the shows about European kings and stuff as well. Shows about, European royalty as well, historical documentaries. And they, of course, race swap the characters for no reason. Why? Because Netflix doesn't give a crap, of course, obviously, because Netflix only cares about getting brownie points from the left. And now Netflix is in huge, huge trouble. So this is from the same account that exposed Netflix's, propaganda towards children, promoting certain ideologies towards 7-year-olds. Of course, if you're an adult or a teenager, then of course that makes sense if you want to explain to them what transgenderism is. But I don't think a 7-year-old needs to know what transgenderism is. Okay? I don't think a 7-year-old needs to know what transgenderism is. And this is even worse because Netflix openly boasts about discriminating against white people and to a lesser extent Asian people and sometimes even Hispanic people as well. And the race inclusion and diversity support, they celebrate the percentage of racially underrepresented directors and lead characters are growing significantly over the past 5 years by Netflix. So why doesn't Netflix hire based off qualifications instead of skin color? And 10 years ago, people were hired based off of qualifications. Yeah, I know. People got the jobs based off how qualified they were, not based off the color of the skin, based off the religion as well. And that's what equality is supposed to be. Everybody had the equal chance as long as they're qualified for the job. If you're unqualified for the job, you should either go go try to do a different job or do a job that fits your qualifications. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, or other, which includes, because, there is an actual classification for other. But basically, we're talking about the 4 main ethnicities here. The 4 main ones. For example, if you're qualified for the job, then of course you should be hired. But if you're not qualified for the job, you should go find a job. So if let's just say you can't get on a TV show because you're not qualified enough, well, guess what? You can either audition for another TV show that you're qualified for, or create a YouTube channel, or create your own movie or TV show as well. Okay. And usually it's people who, are not qualified for a certain TV show, they usually get cast in another TV show or another TV show that best fits their role. And that's what it was 10 years ago for TV shows and movies and even gaming as well. Gaming, media was basically for people who were actually qualified as well. And of course, if you're not qualified for acting, well, guess what? There's other mediums as well you can qualify for. You can be a stuntman. You can be, you can be the cameraman. You can be the director. There's other types of jobs you can have. But hiring someone for a director just based off the skin color, that era is coming to an end. People should be hired based off of the most qualified for the job as well. For example, there are many famous black actors, like, for example, Will Smith. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson who's one of the most famous actors of all time as well. Even more, and of course, Chadwick Boseman before he died. R.E.P. as well. Okay, but there are many famous actors such actresses as well. And even then, Hollywood is still in a lot of trouble with the whole Diddy and Epstein stuff as well. Goodbye.